Hello, Romy from Generation Roofing. This is Joel from JND SEO, and I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can improve your website and actually beat some of your competitors online. Now, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste mine, so I'll actually make this as quick as possible. If at the end of the video you do want to hear some more information or have any questions, feel free to reach out. We can set up a 5-10 minute phone call. And if not, no big deal. You can actually go ahead and apply the tips and strategies I'm going to give to your site. Now, the first thing we'll talk about is content, and then we'll talk about citations, and then we'll talk about backlinks quickly, just those 3 topics. So the first thing is content, and looking at your home page, I'm looking to see about how many words of content you guys have on there. And Google actually recommends having about 1,500 words. The reason that they want so many words of content is they know if you have that much, then you're going to be giving a lot of information out, and people are going to want to get a hold of that, read it. They're actually going to help you find people to get it by ranking you higher. You guys probably have a couple hundred right now on your homepage. And I'm also going to show you Mr. Roofer's site. We see that they claim to be the best in the Alpharetta area. So, let's go to their homepage and just see what they kind of have. Looking at their site, we're not going to find 1,500 words of content here. We're going to find probably less than 100, maybe even less than 200. Now, one thing that it looks like they do have, however, let's see. Do they have a blog? If you have a blog, that actually can work pretty similar. I thought they had one, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Okay, actually, no, they don't have a blog. But if they did have one, that would help them to do the same thing that content would do. It gives a lot of information out for people, and people really like reading those. So if you guys had a blog also, that's another thing that could help you. But the other reason it's important to have that much content is the more you have, the more keywords or keyword phrases you can put into it. I've just put in roofing Alpharetta, Georgia here as my example. It's one that new customers search if they're looking for roofing services in the area, and it also brings a lot of people in that search this exact phrase every month, and I'll show you how many in just a minute. So the first thing they're going to find are these ads at the top of the screen, companies paying for those. Second thing they're going to find is this map pack, also called a GMB or Google My Business. And the top 3 companies show up here based on citations, and that's just when you get your business name, address, and phone number all listed together into a directory site. These are sites like Yelp, Yellow Pages, HomeAdvisor, GAF.com, just to name a few. This is our second topic, which is citations. Very important for the map section because these top 3 companies are going to get a lot of direct calls or clicks to the website and then calls off of that. So they're going to get a lot of business just by being in the top 3 there. All right, the next thing we're going to look at is the organic section. You're going to get 10 results that show up in reference to our search, which was roofing Alpharetta, Georgia, our keyword. And we can rank our keyword based on the results. So number 1 is going to go to the Better Business Bureau, which is a directory. 2 is going to go to drroof.com. 3 is going to go to Yelp, 4 HomeAdvisor, and 5 to Angie's.com. So all of these are actually directories except for Dr. Roof, which was one that we use as our example. So what I want to do next is I'm going to go ahead and look at your website. So I took generationroofingcompany.com, plugged it into a program that I like to use called Ahrefs. This just allows me to kind of analyze your site and see how it's performing currently. And I can see right now you've got your header at the top of the page as well as a few keywords. If we dive into the numbers, let's talk about backlinks, which is our third topic. Right now you guys have 29 backlinks, and those are over 10 different referring domains. So a great example for this would be a Facebook business page. So if you have your Facebook business page right now would be your referring domain pointing back to your site. And where it has your web address, that would be yours, which is just generationroofingcompany.com. And so you've got, when you click that link, it's going to send you back to your site. So that would be your backlink. You can have more links per site. As you can see, you've got almost 3 per website there. And the more sites that are pointing back at you, that's going to give you more trust for your site. So we can see your UR number right now here is a 17. And so that's really good. It's going to bring you 21 actual keywords that you can be found for in searches. And the higher this number is, the more keywords you'll be able to be found for. So the 21 you guys have right now are bringing you 7 visitors to your site. So let's take a quick look at your keywords and see where your visitors are currently coming from. Your number 1 keyword that's showing up here is Alpharetta Roofing Company, which is a really good one for bringing in new customers. 350 people search that, so really good volume on it. And you guys are ranked number 15. So we know there's 10 results per page. 15 is going to put you in the middle of page 2. So if you were number 1, you could expect to get between 20 and 37% of total volume to your website. Being 15, that percentage drops, so it's down to 3.3 visitors from the 350. Obviously, getting in that top 10 is going to increase that number by a lot. Typically, 80 to 85% of people will not go to page 2, so you're going to lose a lot of volume just by being there. Moving up to page 1 is really where all the traffic is. Next up, roofing, Alpharetta, Georgia, 250. That was our search. 15 people searched that one. You're in the same position for this one as 15. So 2.1 visitors from the 250. Now, what I want to do is I'm also going to compare you guys over with Mr. Roofer and just see what they're doing. Because if we know what one of the top companies is doing, we can do something similar, right? So we look at them. They got a bunch of keywords up here in their headers. 59,000 backlinks, over 443 referring domains. With that many sites pointing back at them, referring to them essentially, they got 36 for trust here. That's going to bring in about 562 keywords. And they can bring in about 2,500 actual visitors to their site per month. So let's take a quick look at the keywords and just see how they're kind of doing there. So we got roofer. That's just a very national keyword, so I wouldn't recommend those top 2 because it could be anywhere in the U.S. It's not specific to an area. I'd go with this one, roofing repairs, Atlanta. 300 people do search them for that. They're number 2, so they're going to capture 51 visitors from the 300 to their actual website. Roof repair, Atlanta GA, number 1, so they're going to get 48 of the 150 coming to their site. Then they have a couple more really good ones here. You can just look down the positions, though. They're all in the top 10. And if we don't even look at these top 2, even though that's a lot there, you can see a couple hundred visitors coming in just there. And that's really the difference from being in that top page to being on page 2. Typically, if you brought in about 100 visitors to your site, you could expect between 20 and 30 actual phone calls. And, depending on what your closing percentages are, that should be anywhere on a very conservative note between 2 and 4 jobs per month. All right, but now that you guys have all the information, it's really about what do you guys want to do with it, right? You have 3 options. If you guys are happy where you're at, you don't have to do anything with it, of course. If you guys do want to grow, you have someone you use, show them this video. It might help them out, help you guys out. Number 3, if you guys don't have anyone you currently use, or maybe you're not happy with who you use, reach out to me. We can just have a quick phone call. I can answer any questions for you guys. And I will give you guys a call just to follow up and see what you thought of the video. But thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. Have an awesome day.